Hi, it's me. I know this was kind of a clickbaity title. However, I asked for, look, this isn't clickbait. This is a real story that really happened, and I've been on YouTube for how long now? Geez, I think I started making videos in 2008. This story I'm about to tell you was like 2003. And I was in college at the time. It was a real thing that happened, and I ask for your respect and for the respect of trans individuals, for homosexual individuals. Actually, the fear of that is what's kept me from telling this story, because it's kind of like a crazy story. I'm gonna tell it, I promise. And I don't want, like, people, I don't know, let me jump into it. So when I was like in high school, and then when I went into college, I had a girlfriend. Yeah. Well, I know. I had a girlfriend. Her name was let me make up names here. Patty. I had a girlfriend, Patty, and Patty was cool because we were both band nerds, and I don't know, we were just friends, and it turned into more, I don't know, free open diary. It just happened, anyway, but Patty, I guess I should say at this point that we started a relationship, and I was calling myself a lesbian. Now, Patty was kind of not really a girl. Like, she was a girl, obviously, but she always wanted to transition to a boy. It was always a goal for when it's what she wanted to do. She didn't want to stay a girl. She wanted to be, Patty wanted to be a boy. And actually, her family was really cool. Her mom, I think her stepdad, I don't remember, but they were all team transition. Like, that's the thing. I kind of come from a progressive area, I guess. Like, see, how I grew up, it's not odd to, like, you don't have to live life in the closet. It's 2017, and there's still people that feel like they gotta stay in a closet. Do you know how upsetting that is to me? It's really upsetting, and again, it's a part of why I didn't want to tell this story, because anyway. But the reason why is because I've, since this happened, I've been with guys, I've been, cis, what's the word? I don't know. Anyway, so I was gay for a minute. You guys didn't know that. I was gay, and it was funny because I don't know if my parents believed. I know my mom didn't believe it. My mom, I mean, they always loved me. It's not like they were like, oh, Justine, we don't love you because you're gay. But I don't know if they trusted it, because, yeah, anyway, so I had a girlfriend, and then I went to college, and we were still together, me and Patty, and I came out to my parents. I remember it was like Thanksgiving weekend. I came home, and I told them I was gay. It was like a coming out thing. This is a whack story. Anyway, so what happened with Patty, while I was in college, I think my freshman year, we broke up because of me, because I was crazy. I mean, I was having problems, unrelated. And yeah, Patty always wanted to be a guy. Patty, so when we were together, it was more like having a boyfriend. And I called myself a lesbian, but I knew deep down I wasn't, because I always secretly wanted Patty to be a boy. I wanted her to hurry up and transition. Like, it's not like I wanted to break up, but I just knew I wasn't gay. Like, I was the worst lesbian on earth. Let me explain. So Patty didn't like being a girl, right? So when me and Patty were together, Patty didn't really like being touched. This is kind of TMI, FYI. It's gonna get weird real fast right now. Patty didn't really like that, and I remember being relieved at the time, because I kind of wanted nothing to do with it, and I got all the attention. I was the worst lesbian on earth. And it's because I wasn't one. And what happened was she broke up with me. It was actually really devastating at the time. It was really dramatic. I didn't handle it well. I don't want to get it. That's a different story time. So we broke up and I was very upset. However, I remember being kind of relieved a little bit. And then I go back to school and I mean, then after that I started, you know, with guys. When me and Patty were a thing, that was before I lost my innocence, if you know what I mean. So what happened was I go back to school and I realize I'm not gay, and then I started having boyfriends. My poor parents, they're like, I thought you were gay. That's probably why. They probably think I'm nuts. And, well, I am nuts. This is what I'm getting at. This isn't typical. I don't want... The reason why I didn't want to tell anybody this is I don't want anybody thinking that I think that I think being gay or transgendered, it's like something you can overcome. See, I actually, if anything, I wanted to tell this story because the experience made me realize just how, like, it's biological. Like Patty, she was 3 years old. Her mom asked her what she wants to be when she grows up, and she said a boy. Like, it's biological, you know, it's like something wrong. And I'm not saying that being gay is anything wrong. I'm just saying it's just like how you're born and you can't help it. You kind of can't help who you're attracted to. And I feel like I kind of, I don't know, I didn't want to be used as an example, like, oh, look, JP Metz beat the gay, so you can too. I really didn't want that. Now I'm getting upset thinking about it. I swear, if I see a bunch of arguing in the comments, like whether or not being gay or trans is real, or I'm gonna be very mad and I'm gonna block people. I never blocked anyone, and I just might if that happens. I'm rambling. I wanted to make this funny, but I sat down and I'm thinking about it, and this is kind of dead seer, you know, dead serious. It's dead seer. I'm being kind of casual about it, but honestly, that happened. So, and then it was weird because after that happened, it's like I convinced myself I was gay. I wasn't at all. And then I go back to college my second year, and at this year I made a lot of friends that were like guys, and I had massive crushes on them. I lost my innocence. You know, and it's, I don't know, sexuality is weird. Maybe that's my point. I don't know what my point is. Actually, I think my point is you are who you are. That's my point, because I don't want anybody feeling like they're not okay how they are. I don't know. I just kind of can't believe that this happened. I'm kind of embarrassed. I don't like, I don't know. I don't like being an example like that. Like, oh, look, you can beat it too. I don't want to. No, I was just a terrible lesbian and kind of very confused. I wasn't, you know, like, I was having mental problems at the time. This was before I knew I had MS, so I had some things going on that I didn't know what it was. I was also having problems at school. It's a whole story, but I don't want, it's not like I think that everybody who's not straight or everybody that's not, or everybody that's transgendered is messed up in the head. I don't think that at all, but I was. That's my story. So yeah, I dated a girl. Now Patty's a guy. Patty's a straight up like transition. Actually, I'll call Patty Pat. No, Pat. No, I feel like that's kind of derogatory. I don't. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Pat is now like a guy and hot, and well, he's married. I don't want to go too on about how hot he is, but yeah, he's, you know, he transitioned. You would never guess that Pat used to be Patty. Never. You wouldn't, well, Patty's kind of a guy's name too. I really suck in this video. I'm sorry. I'm probably offending everybody right now. And, well, actually maybe not. I'm so worried I'm gonna... Look, very honestly, I know, because I experienced it very closely, that being trans is real. And it messes with people. It's hard to, you know, it's hard to deal with. Can you imagine waking up tomorrow the different gender? I think I'd be pissed, because I'd want to, like, I don't know, paint my nails. Well, you can still paint your nails. No one's saying you can't paint your nails, but you know what I mean. I like being a girl, and I think it would mess with my head. I can't imagine. It's just, but I can imagine better than other people, I think. So I want to say that it's real, and I don't know what else to say other than that. It's real. It's, you know, you're born that way. She was born that way. You know, she wanted to be a guy since she was the littlest. So, yeah. But I haven't been with, you know, I've been straight since. This is a story, like, I was like 18. I'm like 30 something. I'm 32 now. So this was kind of a long time ago. I've been with guys since, and I feel like I'm, like, I don't mean to make a joke out of, I just wanted to tell this story. I got it off my chest. I've been wanting to tell you guys this since 2008 when I first started making videos. I wanted to tell this story, but I was like, nah, people think I'm like an example, like they can beat it. If you honestly feel that way, like, oh, you can wish and pray real hard the gay away. If you actually feel that way, oh God. If you feel that way, sorry, there's like construction going on right behind me, so I'm a little distracted. But if you actually feel that way, you're wrong. You're just born, you know, like how you're born with like an eye color? You can change it with like lenses, like you can change it, you know, but still, you know, you're born how you're born. And some people are born gay, some people are, for some reason, born the wrong gender. Sometimes geese are born. You know, sometimes things happen that you can't really explain. Doesn't seem to be a reason for it. And I don't know, but if that's the case, if you're born and you like the same gender, or you feel like you're the wrong gender, it's just how it is. And some people, I don't know, I'm rambling, but that's the story. I dated a trans guy. He's hot now. He was a girl. I was a lesbian. Now I'm not. This was a long time. I've been with guys since. I'm the world's worst lesbian. Maybe I call this video that. Yeah, I'm not even bi. You know, like I wasn't good at it. It's like I don't know. See, I'm kind of like, it's like guys make me nervous. I can't explain it. So, and they always, you know, now I'm used to it. But when I was younger, I was like thinking, alright, this is like 16 minutes. Alright, have a day. Thank you for listening. Bye.